Thank you for returning to part 2 of a Nostalgia of Chanel 1980 show. If you haven't watched part 1, go check it out on the link recommendation. Without further ado, let's check it out. Spring-Summer 1987. Chanel Spring-Summer 1987 show is the representation of Karl aesthetic in matching rock and roll style with girlies dressing. The show featured a stunning collection of garments that were elegant, feminine, and sophisticated. Karl also plays with a chessboard pattern for the Chanel jacket inspired by the classic style of Coco Chanel, and included many signature Chanel elements such as boucle jackets, jacket dresses, tweed suits, and sequin dresses. The collection also featured several bold and playful elements, such as oversized bows, colorful prints, and ruffled skirts. The show's set design was also a highlight of the event, with a replica of the iconic Chanel boutique on Rue Cambon in Paris serving as the backdrop. Models walked down the runway in the traditional black and white Chanel tweed suits, but also wore brightly colored garments that were not typical of the brand's color palette. Fall-Winter 1987. The Chanel Fall 1987 fashion show, also designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was another iconic and groundbreaking event in the history of fashion. The show was held at the Palace of Versailles, and the grandeur of the location was matched by the luxuriousness of the designs on display. The collection was a fusion of traditional Chanel style and modern influences, featuring Lagerfeld's signature mix of classic and contemporary elements. The collection included tailored suits, skirts and dresses made from luxurious fabrics such as tweed, silk, and fur. One of the highlights of the collection was the use of color, with deep jewel tones like emerald green, burgundy, and sapphire blue adding a rich and opulent feel to the designs. The show also featured several striking accessories, including leather gloves, wide-brimmed hats, and chunky jewelry. But the true showstopper of the event was the finale, which featured models dressed in extravagant ball gowns inspired by the 18th century French court, complete with voluminous skirts, ruffles, and lace. Spring-Summer 1988. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1988 fashion show, designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was a playful and colorful tribute to the 1960s, with a nod to the mod fashion movement that was popular in London at the time. Held in the Grand Palais in Paris, the show featured a colorful set inspired by pop art, with a giant Chanel logo made of neon lights serving as the backdrop. The models walked down the runway wearing bold, graphic designs that included tweed jackets, short dresses, and skirts in a variety of bright, eye-catching colors. The collection was characterized by its playful use of patterns, with polka dots, stripes, and checks featuring prominently in many of the designs. Lagerfeld also experimented with different materials and textures, incorporating plastic and vinyl into some of the garments. The accessories for the show were equally playful, with oversized sunglasses, bright bangles, and clutches adding to the mod-inspired aesthetic. The models also wore headbands, beehive hairstyles, and knee-high boots, completing the 1960s-inspired look. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1988 show was a departure from the more traditional and formal designs that Chanel was known for, and it marked a bold and playful new direction for the brand. The collection was well received by both critics and fashion fans, and it remains a standout moment in the history of the Chanel brand. Fall-Winter 1988. The Chanel Fall-Winter 1988 fashion show, designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was a dramatic and opulent display of luxury and extravagance, set against the backdrop of an ornate Parisian opera house. Held at the Palais Garnier in Paris, The show featured an elaborate set that included a grand staircase, chandeliers, and ornate pillars. The models walked down the runway wearing designs that were inspired by the 1920s and 1930s, with a focus on the use of rich fabrics, intricate beading, and detailed embroidery. The collection included a mix of formal evening wear and more casual daytime looks, with tweed suits, dresses, and coats in rich jewel tones and bold patterns. Lagerfeld also incorporated his signature use of oversized accessories, including giant pearls and chain-link belts, which added a sense of drama to the looks. The showstopper of the collection was a series of gowns that featured intricate beading and embroidery, with some designs featuring sweeping trains and dramatic capes. The models also wore cloche hats, fingerless gloves, and long strands of pearls, which added to the overall sense of opulence and glamour. The Chanel Fall/Winter 1988 show was widely praised for its stunning designs and the sense of grandeur that was conveyed by the opulent setting and luxurious fabrics. The collection was a celebration of the history and heritage of the Chanel brand, while also showcasing Lagerfeld's ability to update and modernize the classic designs for a contemporary audience. Spring-Summer 1989. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1989 show, designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was a celebration of the French Riviera and the glamour and elegance associated with this iconic destination. The show was held at the Grand Palais in Paris, which was transformed into a beach scene complete with sand, palm trees, and a massive wave crashing down at the end of the runway. The models walked barefoot on the sand, wearing a mix of elegant and casual designs that captured the essence of the Riviera lifestyle. The collection was a mix of traditional Chanel designs and more modern styles, with Lagerfeld's signature touches evident throughout. The classic Chanel tweed suits were updated with bright colors and bold patterns, while more casual designs, like denim shorts and sleeveless tops, were given a luxurious twist with the addition of metallic threads and intricate beading. Accessories were a key part of the collection, with oversized sunglasses, hats, and jewelry adding to the overall sense of glamour and luxury. The bags included beach-inspired designs like woven totes and leather backpacks, while shoes ranged from elegant heels to simple sandals. One standout element of the collection was the use of swimwear. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1989 show was widely praised for its creativity and innovation, and for Lagerfeld's ability to take a traditional brand like Chanel and make it feel modern and fresh. The use of the beach setting and swimwear was seen as a bold move for the typically conservative brand, and demonstrated the ongoing relevance and adaptability of the Chanel aesthetic. Fall/Winter 1989. The Chanel Fall/Winter 1989 show, designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was a tribute to the German Bauhaus movement, which was known for its avant-garde approach to art and design. The show was held at the Grand Palais in Paris, which was transformed into a sleek and futuristic space that paid homage to the Bauhaus aesthetic. The set featured a stark white floor and walls, with bold geometric shapes and lines throughout. The models walked down a central runway, with video screens projecting futuristic images behind them. The collection itself was a mix of traditional Chanel elements, like tweed suits and quilted bags, and more modern, experimental designs that reflected the Bauhaus influence. The color palette was mostly black and white, with occasional pops of bright colors like fuchsia and electric blue. Lagerfeld's designs featured clean lines, sharp angles, and bold shapes, with an emphasis on volume and structure. There were oversized coats and jackets, structured blazers, and boxy dresses with geometric cutouts. The accessories were equally dramatic, with angular sunglasses, geometric jewelry, and futuristic bags. The Chanel Fall-Winter 1989 show was widely praised for its bold experimentation and forward-thinking approach to design. Lagerfeld's ability to blend traditional Chanel elements with modern, avant-garde elements demonstrated his skill as a designer and cemented his reputation as one of the most innovative and influential figures in the fashion industry. Spring-Summer 1990. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1990 show, designed by Karl Lagerfeld, was a celebration of glamour, excess, and opulence. The collection featured Lagerfeld's signature mix of classic Chanel elements and contemporary fashion trends. The color palette was dominated by pastels and soft, romantic shades, with occasional bursts of bright color. The fabrics were lightweight and fluid, with plenty of silk, chiffon, and lace. The silhouettes were voluminous and dramatic, with a focus on oversized shapes and exaggerated proportions. There were billowing skirts, ruffled blouses, and full-length dresses with deep, plunging necklines. The collection also featured plenty of tailored pieces, including oversized blazers and wide-legged trousers. The accessories were equally bold and glamorous, with wide-brimmed hats, oversized sunglasses, and statement jewelry. The Chanel Spring-Summer 1990 show was widely praised for its grandeur and extravagance. Lagerfeld's ability to mix classic Chanel elements with contemporary fashion trends demonstrated his skill as a designer and cemented his reputation as one of the most innovative and influential figures in the fashion industry. Fall-Winter 1990. The Chanel Fall-Winter 1990 fashion show, held in March 1990, was a highly anticipated event of the fashion season. The show was held at the Carrousel du Louvre in Paris and featured a bold and modern collection that showcased Chanel's continued relevance in the ever-changing fashion world. The show opened with a series of classic black and white tweed suits, which have become synonymous with the Chanel brand. The suits were updated with oversized shoulders and tapered waists, giving them a more modern and edgy feel. The collection also included a variety of luxurious fur coats and stoles, as well as soft and cozy knitwear. One of the most memorable pieces from the collection was a black and white oversized coat with large, rounded shoulders and a bold graphic print. The coat was paired with a white, high-necked blouse and black leather pants, creating a powerful and daring look that was both modern and timeless. The show also featured an array of evening wear, including a series of sleek and elegant gowns made from shimmering fabrics and delicate lace. One standout piece was a floor-length black gown with a sheer lace bodice and a dramatic tiered skirt, which was both feminine and daring. We are delighted to have presented this video, and we hope it has provided valuable fashion insights to you. As a team, we at Modetopia are dedicated to delivering top-notch fashion content to our audience, and we would be honored if you continue to support us by watching, liking, commenting, and recommending our videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update, as we upload fresh fashion content every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you for your time, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.